All Sufficiency. The words seemed to hang in the air, a familiar refrain I'd heard countless times before. God will provide. It was a beautiful sentiment, of course, but as I looked at my own meager bank account and the stack of bills on my desk, it felt more like a platitude than a promise. I was on my way to the grocery store with only 5 100-peso bills in my wallet. It was all I had to my name until payday, and that was still a week away. As I walked, I saw him, a man sitting on the curb, head down, holding a sign. Homeless. Anything helps. My hand was still. A part of me said, keep it. You need this more than he does. I pictured the week ahead, the struggle to make ends meet, and my own need for food. I knew his needs were real, but my own felt more urgent, more immediate. Then, something shifted. It wasn't a voice from heaven or a sudden flash of light. It was a quiet knowing in my heart. The words came back to me, but this time, they weren't just a saying. They were a seed of truth taking root. The grace of all sufficiency for good works. It wasn't about the peso bills in my hand. It was about something much bigger, the grace that God promises to pour out when we give. It wasn't for me to hoard, but to be a conduit for His generosity. My hand moved. I stopped and placed the 200 pesos in his hand. He looked up, his eyes a mix of surprise and gratitude. It was a small, almost insignificant act, but for me, it felt like a leap of faith. It was a declaration that I believed God would be true to His word. I walked away from him with an almost empty wallet but a full heart. A lightness had replaced the fear and anxiety that had been weighing me down. It was then that I realized I hadn't just given away 200 pesos. I had received something far more valuable. I had received, by faith, the grace of His all-sufficiency.